Hi there, this is
Exclusive hot.
Hi, I'm Lindsay from Columbus Public Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make 3 easy friendship bracelets. For these projects, you're going to need embroidery floss. Now, when you purchase embroidery floss, it's going to come like this, but it's easier to use it when you wrap it around little cards. They sell these cards, or you can make some out of cardstock and just wrap it around little squares. To use the embroidery floss, you're going to want to pull it very carefully because it can get tangled. So you'll probably want to hold on to these 2 pieces of paper, the little wrappers. Hold them with your fingers and just pull gently so that it doesn't end up in a knot. First, I'm going to show you how to make a twist bracelet. For a twist bracelet, you need a ruler, 3 colors of embroidery floss, scissors, and some sort of tape. I'm going to use washi, but regular tape is fine too. First, you need to measure your embroidery floss. For this bracelet, you'll want to measure each strand to be around 24 or 25 inches long. Somewhere around there is usually pretty good, but you can play around with the length as you see what you need for bracelets for yourself. So 12 inches, 24 inches. Just cut them, and then you're ready. Next, you need to tie a knot at the top of your 3 strands of embroidery floss. You'll want to leave around an inch and a half or so at the top. Now, you'll want to tape it down to a hard surface. You can also use a clipboard if you have one as well. The next step is you're going to twist the 3 strands together in the same direction. So I'm gonna twist it to the left. Now you just want to twist it as tight as you can. For a tighter twisted bracelet. Okay, when you're done twisting, you want to hold the end tight and then fold it in half. Sometimes this can be tricky, so I just use my extra hand to kind of keep those 2 strands separated and then readjust the tape so that both strands are underneath. Next, you'll want to twist them in the opposite direction. So now I'm twisting them to the right. Sometimes your tape may not want to cooperate, so you can just adjust as needed. Okay, so I'm just going to, again, twist it as tight as possible, going to the right. And then I'm going to get the end here with the knots, and I'm going to let go. Then I'm going to tie both of these together where that knot is. And create my knot. And then I will trim the ends to even them up. And there you have a twist bracelet. To make a double chain knot bracelet, you're going to need at least 2 colors of embroidery floss, scissors, tape, and a ruler. First, you want to measure your 6 strands of embroidery floss to be 27 inches each. So 12, 24, 27. Next, you want to tie a knot at the top of your strands of embroidery floss. So I'm going to leave about 1.5 inches to 2 inches at the top here so that I have plenty of room to tie it on. Now I'm going to tape it to my table and separate the strands into 2 groups. I have 3 strands on the left and 3 strands on the right. With my left strands, I'm going to do a forward knot. So to do that, I'm going to kind of make it look like a 4. And then I'm going to loop the end around my right bundle and through this loop here. I'm going to hold the right strand tight and tighten this knot. These strands are going to stay in the same position as they started in. So the left is going to stay on the left, the right on the right. Next, I want to do a backward knot. I'm going to do the same thing, kind of make that triangle shape, and loop it through here. I'm going to hold on to the left strands tightly and tighten this knot. Again, they stay in the same position. To make your bracelet, you're going to repeat these steps. Just doing a forward knot with the left and a backward knot with the right. Now you can see as I make my bracelet, my tape is getting loose here. And actually what you can do as your bracelet gets longer is just readjust it so that you can keep the bracelet nice and tight and secure. When your bracelet is as long as you want it to be, then you will take your tape off and tie a knot at the bottom. Do that right here. You can just pull it close to the end. And then I'm going to trim the ends. And now I have my double chain bracelet. To make a woven friendship bracelet, you're going to need a ruler, scissors, thin cardboard like from a cereal box, a pencil, and 7 different colors of embroidery floss. And you'll need something round to trace, such as a water bottle or cup. To get started, trace your cup on the cardboard. This is going to create the loom that we'll use to weave our bracelet. Next, you need to cut out your circle. Next, you can use your ruler and pencil to draw lines down the middle and across to make 8 sections on the circle I'm going to draw just a big circle in the middle too. It's okay if it's not perfect. You can see I messed up here, but as long as you know where the lines are that you want to cut for our next step, you're good. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut a little slit on each of these lines. You don't want to cut all the way down, just enough that you can put a piece of embroidery floss in there and it'll stay. All right, that's all of them. Next, you want to cut out this circle. It can be a little difficult to get it started, so what I did is I poked a hole in with the pencil, and you can just kind of move it in there. It's easier than using scissors and more effective. Just be careful when you're poking through that you don't poke your fingers or something or hurt yourself. So now we have our hole in the middle, we have our little slits, so our little loom is ready. Our next step is measuring our embroidery floss. For this bracelet, you're going to need about 25 inches for each strand. So we have 12, 24, another inch here. Right? Move this stuff out of the way, and then we'll make our knot. Again, like our other bracelets, you want to leave between 1 and 2 inches at the top so they have plenty of room to tie it on your wrist or your friend's wrist. So I'm going to create this knot. And then I'm going to take our loom here, and I am just going to pop this through the hole. Now, if the hole is kind of big and your embroidery floss is kind of being pulled through, you can add a little bit of tape on this side just to get you started. So I'm going to use some more of my tape and just add a piece while I get the bracelet started. Next, I'm going to take each strand and place one in the little slots that we cut in our loom. You're just going to pull it through there. Make sure you're not tangling all of your strands. All right, it's all set up. You'll notice that you have one empty slot here. So what you're going to do is face that towards yourself, the empty one, and then you're going to count 3 strands up on the left. 1, 2, 3. You're going to move that 3rd strand into the empty slot. Then you're going to turn so that the empty part is facing you again. Count 3 strands up on the left, 1, 2, 3, and move that strand to the empty space. This is how you're going to continue weaving your bracelet. You're just going to keep finding that empty space, counting 3 strands up on the left, and moving that strand to the empty spot. After you've gotten it started a little bit, you can go ahead and take that tape off the bottom because you'll want to be able to allow the bracelet to grow as it goes down. It'll continue moving out. So let's take off this tape. And then it's fine right here. And it's totally secure. It's not going to come up this way or be loose in any way. So now just keep weaving until you get to the length of bracelet you want. Now I can show you how to remove your bracelet from your loom. You're just going to take the strands out of the loom, just pop them out, and here we go. And then you can just pull it through. Of course, this isn't as long as you would want a bracelet to be. You could use it for a little zipper pull on your backpack, but just to show you how to finish your bracelet, you're going to just tie a knot at the end here, as close to your woven bracelet as possible. So I'll just tie it closely, pull that snug, and then you would just cut the ends here for your ties, and then you would have your woven bracelet. I'm Lindsay from Columbus Public Library, and thanks for watching.